On today's quest, Summer Wilkinson from the hit Netflix docuseries Cheer. Life is a quest for logic and reason. It is a quest to find balance between science and faith. Life is a quest for knowledge and understanding. But most importantly, it's a quest for personal discovery. Whatever your quest, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Welcome to Quest. Hello everyone, I'm your host, Todd Fischer, and this is Quest. For those of you that might be new listeners, let me tell you a little about me. I'm the founder of Metacortex and the author of the best-selling book, Metacortex, The Grand Design. I'm a philosopher, a theorist, a metaphysicist. I'm a perpetual pupil of theology, and I'm an expert in comparative religious study. I've also extensively researched the mind-body connection, anatomy, and physiology. I documented over 300 case studies while researching my book, all from a scientific perspective, with cases that ranged from near-death and out-of-body experiences to possession to past life experiences, as well as the metaphysical, the paranormal, and other unexplained cases of a spiritual nature. This podcast will bring you some of those astonishing stories, and in some cases by the people that actually lived them. From time to time, I'll be talking about important, perhaps even controversial issues from both spiritual and scientific points of view. The world we live in is ever-changing, and there's often a conflict between spirituality and science. And I wanted to bring you this podcast to balance that equation. It will show you how we know what we know. And there's still so much we don't know. For me, curiosity is part of what makes us human. It's the joy of discovery. It's what drives us. It's our quest. Today my guest is Summer Wilkinson, one of the stars of the Emmy-nominated hit Netflix documentary series Cheer. Summer talks about her dedication to her sport, her studies, and her faith. Have a listen. Hi, Summer. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm excited to have you here today. I'm actually a big fan of the Cheer docuseries. So it's really kind of cool to have someone from something so current on the podcast. So I'm interested in digging in on all of this. I think you have a lot that you can fill me in on behind the scenes for that show. And you have all kinds of cool stuff you're doing yourself, like this clothing line you have coming out. And we're going to talk about all that today.
Woo, I'm excited. I'm so excited to be on here with you. So thank you for having me.
So I know some of my listeners will definitely be interested in hearing about the Netflix show, but I want to go back before this. Let's go back to young Summer. Where did you grow up? Yeah, let's go back to young Summer. So where did you grow up and when did you start Cheer? When did you get into this?
So I'm originally from Arizona, but I grew up in Utah, and I guess I started tumbling pretty late. Usually girls start when they're really young. When I was younger, I tried gymnastics for a week and I hated it. Did not like the beam or the bar. And so then when I was 12, I tried tumbling again, just basic tumbling classes, just not cheer though, just on the floor. And I loved it. I was like, this is what I want to do. And when I was 12, I started at the lowest level. And then in a year, I was on the top level there was. And it's called Jolly's Gymnastics. So anybody knows what that is, where that is, or that's my place. It's so fun. And that's where it started. And then when I was 13 or 14, I got into cheer and competitive cheer. And that's when it all started.
Wow. That's great. How would you
how would you define cheer? Is it a sport? Is it extracurricular? Is it gymnastics? Is it dance? Is it all of those things?
Yes, I feel like cheer is just, it's so hard. Competitive cheer is like, it has dance, it has stunting, it has tumbling, just like everything. It's just a all around sport, and it's really hard, and that's why I fell in love with cheer, because there's so much more to it, and you can definitely like pick a spot too that you want to like be excel in more. Like some people are more stunters now, and some people are more tumblers, but or just be all around. But yeah, cheer is just an awesome. It's a hard sport.
For those people listening that don't know the difference in those things, what does a stunter do? What does a tumbler do? Define what those positions are.
So a stunter is like just like you'll more just lift. You'll be like either a base or a back spot or a flyer, and you'll mostly do all the stunts throughout the routine. And then like a tumbler is you'll just be doing floor tumbling and focusing on that during the routine. And then like at the end we'll have like a pyramid, so then everyone will do it and then everyone will dance. But like if you're more into tumbling, like for me, I was a tumbler girl on Navarro, and then I did pyramid, and I loved tumbling. I was not into stunting as much, so I do more of the tumbling while they would do the main stunt.
Sure. And do you think for young kids that want to move toward competitive cheer, is it important for them to be in gymnastics, in dance, to do as much as they can to kind of broaden their abilities?
I think so, yes. I think, yeah, before cheer, I think tumbling helped me a lot to get ahead and go into the sport, because I knew more about like tumbling and how it all worked, instead of for me just going straight into it. It's kind of hard to just be like, whoa, this is cheer. Like, but if you know like the basics and then go into it, it's a lot easier, and I feel like you can progress better. So,
sure.
But everyone is different. So, I mean, you can just go straight into cheer, but yeah, having tumbling before helped me out a ton, and some basic dance classes too helped out a lot.
What kind of injuries have you had as a result of cheer?
Ooh, I've had so many injuries. Like, let's see. Well, with tumbling and cheer, well, I've like popped my knee out, like this, I don't know how to describe it, but like I was doing a side aerial and it just like came out, the knee just like went out and then came back in, and so I was out for a few weeks. Oh, it was so bad.
I noticed by like the 5th episode of Cheer that everyone had bandaged knees, taped up joints, bloody noses, like everybody was like a wreck.
Yeah, literally, yeah, that's like grind season. Like we're just going hard and like practicing nonstop, so everyone's like dead.
So let's move on to this very popular Netflix docuseries Cheer. So you were on the Navarro College cheer team in 2018, 2019. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And that was the season that was documented.
Yeah.
And Navarro is in a small town in Texas, right?
Yes, Corsicana, Texas.
Corsicana. It seems so, you know, it was really, so I watched it when it came out, and then I watched it again before I interviewed you. I just wanted to go back and kind of refresh my memory and things like that with it. But it seems like in an hour-long episode of Cheer, it doesn't really capture the amount of physical exercise or the training or the choreography that goes into a practice. What's a typical practice really like? Tell me about the discipline it takes to be on a competitive cheer program like that.
Being on Navarro was the hardest thing of my life, but so worth it, and a huge just dream and gold mine. And just going into a typical day is we do focus on stunting every other day, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays it was tumble days, and then every morning midday I guess we'd have our practices, and it would be like about 2 hours, and then at nights we'd go to our CTA gym, and we would do extra practice if we just didn't get something done that night, and then we just do like more tumbling or more stunts, and just work on things that we needed to like, perfect. And then on weekends, we also had like basketball games or football games. We'd go to the volleyball girls games and soccer. So we'd be doing our practice, and then on top of that, helping and supporting the school. So it was a lot.
And what would you say, how many hours a week would that be?
Let's think. Probably like more than like, well, with supporting other teams and stuff, probably like almost like 20 hours a week or more. I don't.
Wow.
It's up there. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot how many that is. It's been a bit, but
you know, to see all that condensed down to 1 hour, I figured it had to be like long days, and it had to be, you know, busy weeks to see. That was the one thing I was a little disappointed in the docuseries, was that you really just didn't capture how much time was put into this, you know, because they're just encapsulating highlights of it all.
And on top of that, I was trying to make sure that I made Matt. That was my huge goal, just to be able to make it. And every single night I was always at CTA gym by myself, or I would grab somebody on the team and say, hey, can you open up the gym? Can I go in? And I would tumble extra. And that helped me a lot. But just lots of practice, and practice makes perfect.
and making Matt, to explain that to people who aren't familiar with that term. So there were about 40 of you that were competing to get into 20 slots that would become the championship team. Is that right?
Yes. So so there's a lot of us. There's extras because not everyone can compete for Daytona, and in case somebody gets injured or hurt, there's always like backups, so that's why she has more, I guess. And making Matt is a huge thing because most of us are on all-star cheer teams, and we aren't very like game day people. Cheerleaders, we're more for the competition and at Daytona. And making Matt is where like our coach, she'll watch us the whole season. And then when it comes to Daytona season, she will pick half of us, I guess, and we'll make Matt so that we can compete at Daytona, and that's your spot. But like, even if she does call your name, sometimes people get injured, and sometimes they'll just get switched out just if you're not working out hard enough, or if it doesn't work out.
And how many men and how many women is that? Is that equal, 10 and 10, or is it different?
It's a little bit more because there's stunter girls, and then there's tumblers, and then and tumbler boys too. So there's a little bit more, but it's a little bit like probably like 15 boys maybe, and like 7 girls, or somewhere around there. Just it's not exactly the same.
Sure. Yeah. And Navarro is a junior college. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a 2-year junior college, and then how many championships has Navarro had? Because you consecutively have been winning for a lot of years now, right?
Yes. Yeah. It was our 14th national title when we won.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Do you find, are there personality conflicts among team members, being that you're, you know, pretty much the best of the best in the country, or is it more of a family environment?
It is definitely a family environment. Everyone is so just bonded together, and that's like our whole thing. For Navarro, we have this I guess saying FIO, FMU.
Yeah.
Those like her acronym letters, but I can't tell you guys what that means, sadly.
There's a lot of speculation out there on the internet of what that means.
Yeah, a lot of people try and figure it out, but they can try, but we're not supposed to say anything. But once you're a part of it, you're a part of it forever. And one thing, like right when we got there, it was the new team, the rookies have to learn the history about all the past teams, and it's super cool because I feel like history repeats and you can like learn from other people and their experiences. And we have tons of alumni come and just share their experiences, and people that are amazing and that didn't make Matt, and like helping us to like feel better if you're like going through something. And like it's just so awesome because they know how it was being on Navarro and back then, and they just are so loving and welcoming and help everyone. So it's awesome.
How is the mental aspect of cheer? Do you get stressed? Do you fear the danger of some of the stunt work?
Oh my gosh. Me, I am such a stressful, like anxiety person. And I think, well, as you get older, I feel like you think about things more and you worry more. When I was younger, I didn't do that at all. Like I'd just be like, oh, let's do like a standing full, let's go, or let's do this flip.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got older, I was like, no, I think about it and stress about it, and that's when things would get worse. So definitely a lot of stress and anxiety for me, but I guess everyone takes it differently, but it's very hard.
And what about the day of a championship? This is like, what, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Are there nerves, or are you so well prepared for that that you don't get nerves?
Before I compete, I would always get nervous and stressed, but definitely like on all my teams and Navarro, like we always say like a prayer, and that's what has always helped me, just praying and like having faith that it's going to work out, and like everything happens for a reason. So that moment I just try to be like calm and just rely on that and give it my all. So
I like that you mentioned, praying, that you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
yes.
How important is spirituality to you?
For me, it's everything. That is one of my main reasons why I think I've done so well in cheer and kept up with it. I know that God's helped me throughout all of this whenever I've had a tough time, and just even getting to Navarro, like that was just such a wild experience for me. I never thought I'd be on a team like that, and how it happened was crazy. So just praying and having faith has helped me a lot, because I'm a person that gets a lot of anxiety, and I just know that God can help you with anything, and if you pray and ask for help, he's going to help you. So
That's great. Those are great words. What was it like being a member of LDS in Texas? Was that tough? Did you have it?
Yeah, going from Utah, I was kind of like in my little bubble. And coming to Texas, like I learned so much and grew so much, but being in Corsicana, like when everyone like found out, I was like, yeah, I'm LDS. They're like, oh. And I was like the only one that was LDS, but there's some other, we're Christian too, and there's some other Christians on the team, but it was it was really cool experience. So many people on the team are just so welcoming and nice, and they did not care, and they just respected me and my standards, which is super cool. And some of them came to church with me, and there was just this small little church, like Corsicana is like in the middle of nowhere, and there's like nobody at that church, just like older people. It was so fun, but I got some people to come with me, and it was awesome. So it was good to be there, and I guess that was just very different, but it was still fun.
The Cheer docuseries was enormously successful. How has your life changed since that show aired?
I think I feel, I guess, I don't know, I feel the same, but like, it's taught me to like never give up on my dreams and keep moving forward. And like hard times, I guess just like right now, when you think like nothing is going to happen and things are just falling apart, but like so many things, if you just keep trying and keep pushing, things will work out in the future. I know that for sure. Like being on Navarro, we were all stressed out and just like worried, but we just kept working the hardest we could and had faith that things would work out, and things did, and it blew up. And I didn't think Netflix would be a big deal. Like when they came, I was just like, oh, okay, they're here, they're just watching us. And then it just came something bigger than we thought, and it's super awesome how it works out that way.
That's really incredible. So I'm curious. So for returning cheerleaders to Navarro, this year's kind of the championship tournament was canceled, right? What happens to people returning to Navarro when a championship is canceled because of COVID? Do they lose their eligibility? How does it work in a 2-year junior college like that? Did you go back, or was that your second year? Tell me your experience there.
So yeah, I graduated already, and I was done. And I just growing up, I always told myself like, once I get a ring, I was like, I want a ring and then I'll be done. But I did want to keep going, but my old coach, he's like, you need to stop because you keep getting injured so much and you're going to be, it's like, if you want to have kids and stuff, you're going to be like dead. So I was like, okay, I'll stop. But for returning cheerleaders, I think I don't know if it's their last, I think they get a redo. I don't know. I know that they have to retry out and do it all over again. But I guess if that's their last year there, then that's their last chance. So they have to once they graduate. So
yeah.
But yeah, I think so. I'm not sure on that exactly, but
yeah, I was curious. I've not really heard anyone talk about that, so I wasn't sure what would happen. What's your current college life like now? Where are you at now?
So I moved back to Utah, and I go to Utah Valley University. Wolverines, I love it over here. Super nice, and I'm just doing school and focusing on that. And my major is digital marketing. I love like the social media. I feel like we're going more towards that in the future, and just doing marketing online. And that's also what I'm doing for my fitness clothing line I started. So I was like, this is a win-win. It just goes perfect together. So yeah. Is there
a cheer program in the current college you're in?
Yes, there is. They're pretty good. They did want me to come, and then it was last year when I came here for a year when I just started up here, and I was just like, no. I tried, but I was like, no, I need to just focus on school, and I was just kind of burnt out, but yeah.
So you're retired from cheer at this point, is that right?
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm like, yeah, I'm retired. But I mean, I'll still do some like flips here and there, and people will be like, oh, can you do a backflip or whatever? I'll make sure. But other than that, I'm just I really do miss cheer. Like, I think about it a lot, so I'm like, dang. But for me, I feel like it's a time to, I guess, step into other things. I've really gotten into yoga and just weightlifting and a lot of running. So I really like doing that.
you mentioned your clothing line. So let's talk about that. So I was really interested in seeing what you developed here. And you're actually running a Kickstarter to support this. So let's talk about
Yes.
Salt Fitness and tell everyone at first what the name means.
Salt Fitness, or Salty.
Uh-huh.
So Salt Fitness stands for summer, all ALL, and then the time. Because when you wear my clothing, it's summer all the time.
It's
So,
a great play on your name.
thanks. So yeah, or you can just call it Salty, just a little spicy, like salty. But yeah, we've been working on it for a year, and we started a Kickstarter just like last week, and we dropped it. So it's super exciting. It's been a huge dream of mine since I was younger. Like, people always be like, what do you want to do when you grow up? I was like, I don't know, I want to start a fitness clothing brand. That'd be so sick, like your own fitness clothing brand or something with fitness. Because just growing up, I've always loved like working out. I have a lot of brothers, and I'd always be playing sports with them. Like, I love all sports, like tennis, pickleball, or running. I don't know, just you name it. So, but Salt Fitness, yeah. So that's my fitness clothing line. There's, we also like what's different about Salt Fitness is we have a signature you could get on your bottoms from Lexi Brumback, my good friend. She's the pro tumbler. And if you want to pay extra for that on Kickstarter, you can get her signature. And then we also have the period protection in all the bottoms for girls. So that's super cool. It doesn't it's not like noticeable, like people be like, oh, she's wearing the period protection bottoms. So it's like super nice, nobody will notice. And it's really great because like growing up, like sometimes accidents happen when you're a girl athlete. Sorry you have to listen to this. I hope you're not like,
No, it's fine. So how many, how big is the line? Is there a lot of colors, or was there a lot of different pieces that you're offering?
Yes. So we have the cropped tanks, and which I'm wearing, but you guys can't see, but it's super cute. So we have the cropped tanks, and they have a cutout in the back for breathable, super nice and light fit, and really soft, like super buttery soft. They're tie-dye, and it's our fall collection. So that's why we dropped, getting ready for fall. Then we also have our sports bras, and then we have the shorty shorts for like tumblers or cheer. Then we have biker shorts, leggings. And then on top of that, if we reach our stretch goal for our Kickstarter, we have our cropped Salty sweatshirt and Salty hoodie. And they have like tie-dye in the hoodie. It's super cool. So when you're wearing it, it like pops. It's really awesome. And they're just super comfortable. So
yeah,
that's the Salty line.
Wow. And you designed all this yourself?
Yes. So me and my mom and my dad, my mom and dad are like entrepreneurs. They love this. And I told them, like, hey, let's do it. This is going to be so fun. And my mom is really good at designing. She's really big part of this too. And we went and got custom fabrics and the designs, and we looked at everything for a long time and picked out all the colors and the fabric and the feel, and it's just super high quality and really nice. So yeah, it's been really fun because we've always like wanted to design together. My mom, like, she like flips houses. She's kind of like fixer upper. Like, she will literally like someday like we'll be coming home from school and like she's like, oh, just tearing out this wall. We're like, okay. So she's just super into that, and yeah, she's a big part of this.
What's next for you? Will you, after you get out of your university, are you going to stay in Utah? Do you intend to move somewhere else? Will you stay in fitness in some capacity? What's the future hold for Summer? Will you just be a big clothing magnet out there putting all kinds of stuff out? In a perfect world, where are you going to be?
In a perfect world, oh my goodness, that would be awesome. But I I know I want to stay with fitness, and after I graduate from UVU, which will be next year, which is crazy. So I'm super excited for that. My lifetime goal, like I kid you not, is to move to Hawaii and have my own like farm and like have a greenhouse, I guess, and have like a honeybee farm and like all my plants, fresh plants, and I would love to just also like I would love to like build my own like shack, I guess. I don't know. There's this thing called the Sunrise Shack in Hawaii that I'm obsessed with, but I'd love to do like my own like vegan shack, and then like or have like my fitness clothing there, maybe like a yoga bar, and do that. That would be so cool if I could have all of that in one place and then live in Hawaii and be a surfer girl.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, there's no surfing in Utah.
No. Yeah, there's boating. There's a lot of boating. You can do boat surfing.
Yeah. So how can people find you out there on social media? And, you know, do you have a website? I know you're on Instagram. So tell people how they can find you.
So you guys can go to my Instagram is Salt Fitness, SALLTT Fitness, and that's for our clothing line. And you can check out all of our cool fall designs, and we post every day, and we do some funny story memes with Summer all the time. Kind of cringe. But and then my personal account is at Summer, and then WILKINSON. Well, Summer _ Wilkinson. Remember that. And then, yeah, I also just started a YouTube account. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm not very good at that. So, but it's at Salt Fitness on YouTube. If you guys want to check that out, I made this recipe up, and it's vegan. Well, vegan cauliflower wings, and they're so good. Everyone says they taste just like Chick-fil-A nuggets. So
first you lost me at vegan, then you lost me at cauliflower.
You don't like vegan or cauliflower? Yikes.
But no, everybody go see that for sure. And if you haven't watched Cheer on Netflix, go check that out, because the show is really, really cool for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And also, just to say, so your Kickstarter link is on both your Instagram accounts, so people can get to the Kickstarter through your Instagram.
Yeah, you guys can go into my bio and just click the link, and we have a video of all the clothing and just what Summer Salt Fitness is all about, which is summer all the time is just going outside, having fun, working out, and feeling healthy and good. And also just like sharing with others and trying to get other people to go out and do things with you, and spread the joy and happiness, and have summer all year long. You know, summertime is about going outside and feeling good, and you can have that all year long. And when you get sweaty, get salty. So you put my clothing on, you know you're gonna get a good workout in and get really salty. But yeah, you can check out the links and help us reach our goal. And we only have like, say, I think 20-ish days left to reach our goal, which I hope we do. Praying it works out, but yeah, everything happens for a reason. So
yeah. All right, everyone. Well, so that was a good way to wrap the show up. So I appreciate you coming out, and hopefully we'll talk soon and you get this goal that you're looking for. This is amazing. I really appreciate you coming out today.
Aw, thank you so much. So awesome talking to you. Felt very fun and natural, so that was fun.
Perfect. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you have it, Summer Wilkinson. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Be sure to help support her Kickstarter campaign. Any donation helps. She's putting out a really good product. I'll see you next week on Quest. Thank you for listening to Quest. Please be sure and rate and review this podcast. This podcast is copyright. Any previously trademarked or copyright content is used by permission. Be sure to visit the official website for the International Association of Metatomics at metatomics.org, or find us on social media for other unique content. And make sure to pick up a copy of the book that started a spiritual revolution, Metatomics, The Grand Design, available for sale online and at most major bookstores. Thanks for listening.